Yeah, it's been interesting. I know advising clients in this issue as companies try to balance giving out accurate communications with managing risk in this space, and many of whom are starting to use outside consultants who are health experts so that if they make a decision to cancel a conference, it's based on science along with tracking government warnings.
Right. Well, and I know we spoke with our colleague David Newman about some of companies overreacting, some companies underreacting, and trying to find that. When David was the Ebola czar, right, in the last administration, I mean, I think that was something that he saw a lot.
Yeah, I think there's some real lessons learned where David's been able to be helpful in that only in DC title, chief of staff to the Ebola czar, but you could see, and now it's proven to be true, some of the same trends play out in terms of issues with communications with employees, sometimes fear dominating a response so that you do things that are both hurt morale and don't actually decrease your risk.
Well, and I think it also really goes into whether organizations are ready to deal with crises, right? It's just another type of crisis, and many of the things that we talk about with clients about how to prepare for crisis that cross departmental groups, that making sure you have the comms, making sure you have all those different things, I think feed into it, don't you think?
I do, and it's been interesting in terms of that link of responding to a cyber incident or that type of digital virus versus the real thing with coronavirus. But the other impact and crosswinds that people are talking about out here at cybersecurity conferences, there's been a lot of focus on China and trade churn between the United States and China, and how disruptive actions can hurt supply chain as companies try to plan. And now you have on top of that, being disturbed by the coronavirus. And in a way, it's doubled down as people start to think about what are alternate markets that I can sell to, and also what are alternate ways in which I can ensure a steady supply in the event of a crisis.
Well, and I do think it also shows at the strength of the amount of manufacturing that's happening and the supply chain issues, because it is almost a single point of failure for a lot of companies.
I think there's going to be a debate here as well in terms of whether engagement is the best strategy or whether or not people should start looking for a world which starts to look like it has borders. And so some people are on the China side and the U.S.
Right.
That is clearly not what most of the companies here want, but they also are planning for it as it may occur.
Yeah.